Hi and welcome to In the Air. Today we're in DFW and taking a short trip down to San Antonio on American's MD80. She retires in a couple of months, so we wanted to take a special trip just to get on one. Let's see how it goes. Our flight was supposed to be at 7 a.m. It was canceled the night before, but American's customer service was able to get us on another flight 3 hours later and still on an MD80. I don't know about you, but we aren't huge fans of the self-service check-in process. We'd much prefer going up to the check-in counter. Each terminal at DFW Airport has plenty of restaurants to grab a bite and a drink before your flight. We love to plane spot at DFW. Here's an Airbus A321 and a Boeing 777 parked near our gate. Here's our beautiful 22-year-old MD83. The first class cabin has 4 rows with a 2-2 configuration. One of the unique features of the Super 80 is the main cabin is laid out in a 2-3 configuration, making the left side of the aircraft perfect for couples. The overhead bins aren't quite as tall as on newer aircraft. Although they are dated and well used, I'm going to miss these seats. They are soft and comfortable, and I rather like the cloth. Now had 2 flights canceled due to the weather, at least that's what they say. So our next flight is now going to be on an A321, so let's hope we get out on time. This is the 3-year-old Airbus A321 that will now be taking us down to San Antonio. I hope you're enjoying the video. Please consider giving a like below and subscribing to the channel. When you ring the bell, you'll be the first to be notified when a new video is posted. Just as on the Super 80, the first class cabin on this A321 has 4 rows and is laid out in a 2-2 configuration. There are 5 rows in Main Cabin Extra, which gives passengers 2 to 3 inches more legroom. We chose the bulkhead, row 8, mostly for the extra legroom. American reserves their overhead bins for the cabin passengers will be seated in. The seats on board this A321 were very comfortable. Being a newer aircraft, the feel inside the cabin was modern and clean. After we boarded, we were in our seats for nearly 2 hours before we pushed back. My girlfriend and I had to entertain ourselves. It's a good thing we're good at that.
In the Air is currently on the ground.
Luckily, once we taxied out to the runway, we were able to capture some awesome footage, like this 777-200 from Qatar coming in from Doha. There was quite the lineup of other aircraft while waiting for the storm to blow over. As aviation enthusiasts, we are okay with that, like spotting the rare Embraer E190 from Aeromexico headed to Mexico City. The rain made it difficult for our cameras to focus past the water spots on the windows. Enjoy the sound of the V2500 engines. Bit bumpy, taking off, lots of clouds. It's going to be a short flight, but let's see how it goes. My girlfriend Brandy, who you'll start seeing and hearing more from in our videos, shows us how easy the tray table is to use. One note, due to the tray table being in the armrest, you do lose a tiny bit of seat width. Oh, and nice t-shirt, Brandy. Seeing that it was such a short flight, we weren't served any snacks, and our only drink choices were water and orange juice. Let's take a look at American's in-flight entertainment. Just a little advertisement. I don't mean to be too picky, but 2 minutes of ads? It sure would be nice if you could skip through them at some point, like you can on, say, YouTube? After making it through the ads, American screens don't get much better, really. They are not terribly responsive, They're slow, and scrolling through the entertainment options is quirky, to say the least. Luckily, there are plenty of movies to watch and plenty of games to play to keep you entertained during your flight. Don't get me wrong, although American's IFE screens are a little quirky, I'd rather have them than not. The overhead controls on this aircraft are simple and easy to use. The restrooms on the A321 are a little more spacious than, oops, it appears this door is broken. I guess there wasn't enough time on the ground in DFW to fix that. I guess we still need ashtrays just in case some passengers aren't aware smoking has been banned on all flights since the year 2000. Let's get back to our seats. While we couldn't see the ground, we rather enjoyed the cloudy views today. What can we say as we conclude this flight? I suppose we can start from the top. The biggest frustration was that our original flight was canceled the night before, which likely points to a maintenance issue with our first MD80. Then, our second flight on an MD80 was canceled. Although American told us it was due to weather, other aircraft, including other MD80s, were taking off for well over an hour after we deplaned. So was it really weather related at all? Probably not. Of course, once on board the A321, there was nothing the airline or the captain could do about the weather. The crew did a great job of communicating and keeping us updated. Everyone was friendly and professional. The aircraft, besides the busted door in the bathroom, was very nice, and I'm glad that we made it to San Antonio safely. The trouble? We should have arrived at 8 a.m., and we didn't arrive until 5 p.m., and we didn't even get to fly on the MD80. Do we get to finally fly on the Mad Dog on our return flight to DFW? You'll have to watch our next video to find out. Thank you for watching. Wow, what a long day of travel for such a short flight, but it's okay. American's A321 is a very nice aircraft as well, and I'll give you a spoiler. We do indeed get to fly on their MD80 on the way home. We'll make an episode of that too, and it'll be the next one on the channel. Also, we were able to cover American's last revenue flight of their MD80 the other day, and we made a special episode of that, and it is linked in the description below. We hope you check it out. If you love the MD80, you're gonna love this video. Until next time, we'll see you again soon in the air.